Feminine empowerment. Day 26 of 30 of Rapid Facebook Group growth is about feminine empowerment and what are you going to do with it? And I'm not talking about male versus female, feminine empowerment. I would suggest that feminine empowerment is one of the biggest things you can embrace if you want to blow your Facebook group up. I learned this by accident. I didn't know this at all. A lot of people tried to tell me this over the last year of building my group in 2023. pH water. But I didn't know this at all. It's in plastic bottles. Maybe it doesn't even count. So, feminine empowerment. What do I mean by that? This is key to blowing your group up. I believe, others might believe this too, that feminine energy is on the rise. Feminine energy, to me, is that powerful, playful, fire creation thing that has often been controlled by the rigidity. Masculine energy, I don't mean men, because it can be men or female, male or female, that are very controlling, rigid, structured, all that stuff. But the feminine energy is on the rise. I think it's actually here to stay, and it's going to bring us into a whole new era where creativity and passion and playfulness and explosive growth can cause new creations all over the planet. So I stumbled on this reality in 2024. I've done over 365 interviews in the last year, and the ones that always stand out the most to me are, now they're usually women, because this group is at least 80 or 90% women. So I've interviewed far more females than males in this group, but it's the people that embody, and sometimes it's men too, they embody that creative, loving, nurturing, wonderful, welcoming womb type thing where they're the opposite of controlling. They're the opposite of, a lot of times even, structure. They're not anti-structure, but they're looking to embrace life and have it embrace them. Now, these people also, I've noticed, usually are not the ones that have made a lot of the money, because the old system that we're coming out of, my belief, is that one of control and ego and dominance, which is more masculine energy abused. Those things is what's dominating the planet. But I believe that we're going into this feminine energy where new creations, and this is where you can harness this in your Facebook group. If you make room for the feminine energy to dance and play in your group, in events, by having a welcoming presence for the beautiful spices of life to emerge, I think you can knock it out of the park. Whereas if you run your group more rigidly and controlled, yes, you'll have more structure, but you're not going to have the explosiveness, because we need that fire of the feminine energy that ignites people. The feminine energy is what ignites people. It's not the masculine. The masculine holds space. So in this last year, I've been trying to operate more in masculine energy in terms of, we all have a balance of whatever that looks like, and that can shift over time perhaps. I've been trying to operate unnaturally more in my masculine because I needed to create a container for this. And I'm not very rigid and structured in certain ways. In other ways, maybe I totally am. But in this ecosystem, trying to house and make space, not too tightly, but free-flowingly enough that the feminine energy can dance and can cause the fires that we need and the sparks that we crave when it comes to food. Some people say that just salt and pepper is good enough. Others of us, like myself, man, I want cumin and garlic and onion and turmeric. I want everything. I want it dancing and playing and exploding in my mouth. So I'm singing a high C. So I believe that this is something I stumbled upon by accident. I'm sure there's a bunch of people in this group that have already said this and know this, and I'm a latecomer. That's fine. I'm just happy I'm on the bus, because the feminine energy is going to rise and rise and rise in this new era we're entering, and I'm really excited to see it. And I believe that if you are someone that is growing a Facebook group, if you are someone that's more given to rigidity and structure, if you will allow that creativeness to play and to breathe, I think it would assist you well. And those of you that already know this, you already know this to be the truth. Well, I applaud you, number one, because you certainly figured this out long before I did. But you know this, you've seen the power of it. And so in growing your own Facebook group, I want to say thank you to this group for all the people that have brought that passion, that fire, that where you let go of the control mechanisms because you're more interested in the zest and fire and passion of life than you are in the certainty. And you are poised to step into in a very good sense this new era that I think we're stepping into. So day 26 of 30 is, I believe, feminine energy is on the rise. Again, I'm not meaning females versus males. A lot of women embody the feminine. Some women can be very structured and controlling because of stuff that's happened. Same with men. A lot of men embody the structure and control. There's some men that play extremely well in the feminine. Better than I do, that's for sure. But I want to learn to embrace this more so that I am not fighting against the current of where the planet's going. I believe the planet's heading here. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is my belief system currently. I believe that feminine energy is coming. It's coming for us hard, and I don't want to get in the way of it. So I'm setting leadership people in place, particularly in this group, that dance well in the feminine energy. I'm setting things in place and also getting systems in place for the more masculine structured side. So there's enough structure, which is something I'm growing in and learning to get into place. But it's that thing of, man, this thing is on the rise. Some would say it's God showing up in a different form, a different version of the divine. Whatever it is, I think it's here to stay. I don't want to fight it. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm not going to fight the flow of that spirit that's going on the earth. It's like beautiful. It's like, yes, God, do it. Divine, do it. Spirit, do it. So day 26 is, I'm doing this for me, for remembering to let go of control, Amos. Yes, you need certain structures in place, but let go of control and let that divine spark that is with, I believe, in all of us, if we'll allow it, to really start to come to the surface and bubble up. And as we step into this new era, there you go, day 26 of 30. Feminine empowerment. Here it is.